and when our nervous system is getting high and low on that adrenaline, and then the cortisol and the stress levels, and the epinephrine as well, like the whole kind of like the up and endorphins and everything,
Mhm.
so quite often when you're getting attention, even if it is potentially an aggressive attention, it's still an attention. It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting some kind of validation and giving my point across, so there is an excitement energy. You're going into your fight
Mhm.
flight state when you're
Mhm. Yeah.
in an argument. Okay. And so when you're in that fight and flight state, it can feel quite exciting. And
Mhm.
especially if your nervous system it's got like
Mhm.
trauma bonded. The
Trauma
nervous
bond.
system, becomes addicted to these
Mhm. Mhm.
physiological hormones.
Mhm.
Okay. And so in order to kind of come out of that, you're going to have to appreciate that it's going to feel difficult, because you're weaning your nervous system off of
Mhm.
feeling that way, and it can take up to a year for the trauma bond to break.
Break. Mhm.
Yeah. So like for the physiological addiction to the highs and the lows in your sympathetic nervous system, for it to start to regulate and to come into a ventral vagal state where you're actually just more harmoniously to actually heal and repair itself.
Uh-huh.
And it can take a year of like no contact of like that high and low.
Uh,
And it's not just in relationships where it's like throwing things to shine. You can get that kind of that fix, or for that, from anywhere, like shouting at a bartender in the coffee shop, say, or
mhm.
having turbulent relationships at work as well. There's always that person that's like always looking to nitpick or whatever, because they're looking for a fight, because they're
Right.
looking for that adrenaline fix.
Mhm.
So appreciating when you see those kind of things, like allowing yourself to give yourself that space and grace to go, I'm going to just take a breath here before I
Mhm.
respond,
Mhm.
because I can feel you trying to get my nervous system into the dysregulated state that your nervous system is in.
Mhm.
But you have autonomy over whether or not, I mean, to an extent, ultimately, the fight flight state is a defense mechanism. We all physiologically have that, so
Mhm.
as to keep us alive, right? We will
Mhm.
want to block and shield ourselves and protect our bodies to be alive.
Sure.
But there is an element of, when it's a verbal attack, and you can feel your heart beating. It's like, "Ah," but you don't have to take that bait, right?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
And giving yourself that emotional growth capacity to say, actually, I recognize that as bait, and I'm not going to give you the trigger of it bringing me into a sympathetic